cannot take you through the museum without first stopping to talk about the OG himself, Dr. Charles Wright. This museum would not exist for us if it were not for his ideas and his visions. So, a lot of people assume that he may have been a teacher, maybe he went into education, perhaps he studied history, and that is not necessarily true. His main job was as an obstetrician and a gynecologist here in the city of Detroit. He was credited with delivering over 7,000 babies, which I think that's a crazy, crazy feat, because I don't even think I've met 7,000 people yet, so the fact that he helped bring life into this world over 7,000 times is incredible. Lots of people still come into the museum today saying like, hey, he brought me into this world, he was my doctor, he helped me give birth to my child. So his impact is still very much felt here in the city of Detroit outside of this museum. Dr. Wright had this idea in his mind that how can you possibly know about your future if you don't know anything about your past? If you are not aware of the people who have come before you, of the decisions, of the lives lost, if you are not aware of all of that, how can you recognize what's happening in your present? How can you make decisions for the future? So with this idea in mind, he started this museum, back then known as the International Afro-American Museum, in the basement of his practice, just a couple miles down the road at West Grand Boulevard in Warren. It eventually outgrew that space because lots of people were interested in it, and it transitioned into a mobile museum which traveled throughout the city and across the state. We outgrew that space eventually as well, so we moved back here on Brush and Frederick. You can actually still see the building with the red triangles at the top. But then he decided, hey, we need a bigger place. We are getting a lot of interest. There's still so much history to learn. And when I say that this museum is very much a part of the city of Detroit, I mean it. When people found out that he wanted a bigger building, that our history needed a bigger building, they pitched in. They bought $1 bricks. They went out and they worked the streets. They did all of these things that they had to do to help raise money to open this building, which opened in 1997, and the doors have been open ever since. So he is very much important to this museum, but also to the city of Detroit. People who come to this day and learn about their history, where it has never been more important. So that's the OG, Dr. Charles Wright. There is a film that starts the beginning of this exhibit. It looks like it just got started. So let's try to come on in and catch the rest of it. It's probably only been started for like 30 seconds.
No, I didn't record us walking. I paused it.
Though a few African immigrants live free in the New World, millions are violently forced here into slavery. Enslaved, but never mastered, African resistance is relentless on the ships, on the ground, by written word, through daring escapes, on fields of battle. This is a story of people laying siege to their own destiny, creating a new beginning, the birth of a new identity, African American. Oh, Lord, we know you. Oh, up from slavery. Up from segregation, rising to the challenges of freedom, demanding it, defending it, shaping it. Rising for justice, facing down hatred.
Negro school children must be given their rights, given them as soon as practicable. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed.
Forcing change, standing against fear.
We were stripped of everything we had and been cast into the fiery furnace, the furnace of exploitation, the furnace of deprivation, the furnace of indignity. You won't even stand up for me in America for my religious beliefs, and you want me to go somewhere and fight, but you won't even stand up for me here at home. I believe that Charters together can cope with the strains of school integration, of renewing neighborhoods, and of rebuilding the city. Our time has come. We must leave racial battleground and come to economic common ground and moral higher ground. America, our time has come.
Creating opportunity, answering its call, rising, rising. And still, we rise.
Okay. So, oh, and I forgot to tell you, I'm so sorry that there is no photography in here because some of this stuff does not belong to us.